What's up, guys? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of Dem Game Boys. I am Kian Ibanez, and I am here today with
Eli. Why are you not saying not Keith anymore?
Kian, not Keith. I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
Full last name, people can track you down.
Yeah, probably.
Kill him.
Yeah, bring it. That was my League of Legends name for a while, and Jay's like, Jay and Jeremy
Track
like,
him
maybe
down
you
and kill
should.
him.
Jay and Jeremy were like, maybe you shouldn't have that.
Kian, you fine.
Yeah, they're like, why? I was like, because
No,
people will
yeah.
send you death threats. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna change my name.
Jay Oldenkamp.
He starts getting death threats, wondering why they're
It's like, what is going on? What did I do?
No.
Why is he calling me a cum guzzling queer?
I feel like he'd laugh at it, to be honest.
Yeah.
He'd also be careful about it, but I think he'd get humor out of it.
He'd ask me about it though. Like
He would.
he asked me weird advice about stuff sometimes. So like they'd be like, how do I reply to this? They'll just be like, wrong number, who dis?
Send him a death threat back.
All right, so like we usually do on our video game podcast, we ask, what have you guys been playing lately? And I will go to Gil first to see if he's actually played something, and I'm gonna go with no. Eli,
He's been gone forever.
I mean, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
have you beaten that yet?
No.
No.
No, I'm in Asgard.
You are at almost the end.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, because the next level is Doom's Castle.
Yep.
So, actually, I got to be on my friend Wookie, Mitch's Twitch. Wookie Mitch, because he's got a huge beard, and that's what everyone's called him since high school.
I'm jealous.
So he is a variety streamer that actually does really well for being a variety streamer.
Dang.
Gets about like 10,000 views a
Dang.
night. So, Eli asked me like, how does this schedule work? So, he plays a retro game, I think, on Monday. And then Tuesday, Thursday, he plays PUBG. And then Wednesday, he'll play like just Nintendo. And then Friday, Saturday, he'll play party games. And that could either be like, I think I was on one of his League of Legends ones, if I remember correctly.
It's not a party game.
Yeah, it is to us.
My ass.
When
That's
you
how
have mics.
That's how you ruin friendships.
When you have mics.
No,
It's
fucking
really
way.
funny.
I
No,
don't buy
but-
it.
This week we were playing games from the Jack in the Box games series where like you can use a phone or laptop to like type in answers, and then we were all just playing it on Discord and we were talking while we were doing it. Like one of the answers we got like, what would you name a pet cemetery? And I was like, all dogs go to heaven, JK. And then another one was like, what's the name of a street you've never heard of? And I put Anal Point. And then Mitch put Dick and Bags. Dick and Bag Avenue. And I was like, oh. So basically, like, it's weird because, like, all of his other streams do not have a mature thing to it, but Friday, Saturdays always have the mature, like, content thing on it. So it's really fun. He's asked me a couple of times while we were, like, on the mic. He's like, why don't you just have your own? I'm like, I don't think I could, like, I was like, Mitch, I don't know what I would stream. Like, dude, I don't think anyone wants to see me stream me making BroQuest episodes.
Keen tried to say he didn't have the personality for it. I told him that's bullshit.
I don't know, Gil. Do I have the personality to stream? I don't. I don't think I do.
I'm not the guy to make that assumption, but yes, we'll go with yes.
Fuck you. Why does everyone think I don't
Go
know-
eat a bag of
You're
dicks!
fucking gregarious. I don't know what you want.
I don't know. Like, I have Story Mode Sundays about to come up now, because now we're going to be able to, might have time to play some more Chrono Trigger later.
Okay.
Not tonight, but, like, sometime.
Yeah.
Like, cut in blocks of it again,
Yes.
because you're not busy. But, like,
So
I think you could
schedule me in.
I think you would make a great streamer, though, anyways. You have some... But I feel like you need someone... I think I need someone there with me, just like I think, like, you need someone there.
Yeah, we
You
can
can
do
always
it. I don't
invite
care.
Jay.
I tried once, and then he's just always on his phone. There's a difference,
That's
though.
me and Gil.
Like,
sitting
but you guys,
here
like,
on our
but you guys will
phones.
also like interact with me though at the same time.
I mean, get a game where he has to play two.
Well,
Play
we
Cuphead,
would
so
switch-
you can
but we
very
would-
obviously tell if he's not playing.
well, no, what we do, like, the last variety stream, the last one Jay and I were ever on together was me, Max, Ryan, and Jay were playing Rayman Legends. Just because that's a fun-ass game to play 4-player, because it's just insanely goofy and fun. But, no, it's whatever. No, is that, we have some things working for Halloween. Zach and I are going to play Outlast.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know who I feel worse for, Zach or you.
Zach's going to scream at a lot of shit.
The last time we played Outlast was last year for Spoopy-Ween. And I screamed like a little girl and threw the controller down in the first scene.
Really?
So.
That's embarrassing.
That's scary.
I was not paying attention. Like, me and Max, I think we were talking about how bad Death Note was.
Jesus.
And I, like, opened he's like, Max is just like, yo, kid, you gotta open that door. I'm like, okay, whatever. Oh, that body. I'm like, oh my god. And I, like, dropped the controller. I'm a bitch, Eli, when it comes to jump scare. Like, that's the thing. I like horror movies, but I am a bitch. Like,
I have too much pride to be scared.
Like, I jump super easy, though. Like,
say that.
Like, the first time I played, the first Five Nights at Freddy game I played was Five Nights at Freddy 4. And it's not scary to me. It's just like that sudden, like, jerk of something coming to you and you don't notice it freaks me out a little bit.
That doesn't freak me out. I flinch occasionally.
It's the initial, like, oh my god. It's like back in the day when people had those YouTube videos where it's just like super fun thing and all of a sudden jump scare. Yeah, no, that's my thing. Besides that, though, I actually, I just ordered Rare Replay for us to use for some retro games. For some Story Mode Sundays coming up.
You just wanted it for that one that we were talking about last week?
No, there's a lot more. Like, Battletoads is on there.
Yeah, but that one specifically is all you.
What?
I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, Genesis Gemini.
There you go.
Yeah, that's one I actually am going to play. I might do a solo run on that, though, because I love that game, and it's super fun.
Never heard of it.
And if anyone who does like Banjo-Kazooie wants to play Banjo-Kazooie with me, let me know, because I want to play that game again.
I've never played it, but I would play it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like it has such a legacy that I feel obligated to play it, if that makes sense.
What about Yooka-Laylee? Did you ever think about playing that?
No, because I don't like platformers, but like Banjo-Kazooie is just like... People speak so highly of it as a game that I almost just have to play it. Even though I don't really care much for platformers.
I think that's how it felt about Bethesda games for the longest time.
I guess, yeah, that's fair.
That's what I felt about Morrowind.
Morrowind's really solid, though.
Everyone told me Morrowind was gonna be like, it's just the best game ever. And I'm like, okay, let's see.
The best game ever. It was pretty good, especially for the time it was made in.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked... here's the thing, like, I know Elder Scrolls, I think, came out before Champions of Norath. Like, the series itself. But, no, EverQuest came out before Elder Scrolls, I think.
No idea.
I was already so engulfed in the EverQuest world that, like, when I went to Elder Scrolls, a lot of the classes seemed very similar.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
Like, the reptile people reminded me of the Iskar so much, I'm like, well, I already know how these work. And that's how you know, like, I used to be real big on MMORPGs, that it kind of affected my life. I would legit tell my mom I was sick just so I could stay home and play WoW.
Yeah, I did that with RuneScape.
Yeah. Really?
Yep.
God, yeah, no, it got bad, though. That's why I still think gaming addiction is okay to be in the dictionary, the medical dictionary. So, then we go to trailers and go to Mountain Blade 2, and Eli needed to take the lead on this one. This is the first trailer I ever saw of it, so I don't know what it's really technically about. Like, what's the...
You just asking, like, what you do in the game?
Yeah, the Mountain Blade series in general, like, is it just like an adventure
pretty
game?
Pretty much... No, it's... Well, yeah, I'd say an adventure game. You pretty much just get thrown out into this world. It's kind of like the Elder Scrolls, except there's not even a main story.
Really?
So, like, in Mountain Blade Warband, which is what I've played the most out of, I think it's probably the most popular one they've made. There's 6 factions, they're basically kingdoms, And yeah, you can go under them. You can try and start your own, although it's ridiculously hard off the bat. Or you can just run around and fuck around in tournaments and stuff. And just kill bandits all day.
It's just like a whatever kind of game.
It's really like there's a very small story where you help a merchant in the beginning, and then it's just like, yeah, go out and do whatever you want. And so like you can go immediately to some lord and be like, I'm gonna be your bitch and fight your wars, and you get paid to do that.
So you can be like a mercenary?
Yeah. Or you can be like, and then if you do that long enough, eventually you become under them, you can rise through the ranks type thing.
And then take their nation for yourself.
Yeah, kinda. I don't know.
Can't you just kill them and take their crown?
Extremely hard, though.
Fair enough.
Like, there's skills. There's a fuckload of skills. They'd one-shot your ass.
So they're actually, like, good.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's interesting.
So,
the one thing about Mountain Blade is just, like, I was like, the graphics look too pretty for this, like, the gameplay system to, like, be good.
Warband, the graphics are pretty bad, although I think it was made in 2008. That seems way too old for me.
You know what I mean, though, comparatively, though. Like, I just, like, looked at it, I'm like, oh, man, I feel like the play the play mechanic looks blocky.
It kind of is in Warband, so I wouldn't be surprised. And I'd almost welcome it, because that's what I'm used to. If it's, like, silky smooth, I won't know what to do with it.
Oh, it's so good. What's going on?
Jesus
World
Christ.
War Z, and this game actually looks super fun to me. It's just, like... It's Left 4 Dead 3 in my mind.
No.
That's how I see it, though. It just seems so...
Seems way more generic.
I don't know. I thought Left 4 Dead was really generic, though. I did.
It is, but at least the characters have personality. This just seems like you're a random no-name soldier just being thrown out to the zombies.
Yeah, but I didn't really pay attention to the Left 4 Dead personalities. I was just playing multiplayer with my friends.
Fair enough.
I didn't go...
That's what I was going to say. I was like, I just fucked around.
I was like, I don't go into zombie games unless it's Resident Evil because, like, I expect that.
It wasn't really generic to me, though, because I'd never really played anything like it.
Yeah, this looks like
Reach, Fire, Fight.
This looks like so much more hardcore, though. Like, you can take, like, melee weapons to, like, slash and break enemies' necks and stuff. I don't know. I think it looks fun. Yeah. Not as fun, it's not as terrible as Life is Strange 2 in my mind, which is basically just a trailer of these two kids running away from home, and it was just super weird to me. I don't know about you guys. I did not like the first Life is Strange as much as...
Never played it.
I've heard of it.
The choose your own...
Is that like where you choose at the end? You like make a decision between a town and
your friend.
Yeah.
And
screw the friend.
The best decision is to kill the friend so the town lives.
Yeah,
and they take the decision out of your hands anyways, because if you choose not to kill your friend, she kills herself. Spoilers, sorry, that game's 3 years old, but spoilers.
I thought it was older than
Does she?
She does.
I thought they just drive away off into the sunset.
No, I think they both end very dark and grim.
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, they both end very dark and grim. Like, there's no winner in the game, if I remember correctly.
The winner is the person that chooses to let that person die.
Yeah. Then we go to Just Cause 4, and man, oh man.
You get to do storm chasing.
Dude, this game is like, this engine in this game.
I just love that they were like, okay, so we've done some pretty crazy shit, how can we make it crazier?
Let's fight storms.
It's like, fucking revolt against the storms. Fuck it.
Which I find hilarious that they're keeping the storms away with giant fans, what every 5-year-old thinks they can do.
That's just...
To be fair, a lot of the stuff in Just Cause is stuff 5-year-olds think can happen.
Fair enough.
Look at my grappling hook that will not snap my neck in physics.
You wear no fucking body armor in that game. You get shot all the time and do falls and shit. You're fine.
That grappling hook science, though, is that like you could hear the pullback he has to have. I'm like, that would break your fucking arm right there.
Also, that and the parachute that packs itself back up. You're pretty much just Batman with that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Just Cause is a fun game. It's just a fun game to fuck around with.
Just Cause 3, my main way to move around was just to fucking put the grappling hook on the ground and pull myself into the air with the parachute and just keep fucking going on the ground. It's dumb as shit.
Was your Xbox the one that couldn't process Just Cause 3?
There were parts where the frame rate was damn near non-existent.
Yeah,
I was blowing so much shit up.
Yeah, we're just I love Just Cause. I think that game is reasonably good.
Oh, I think it's just great for what it is. Because it doesn't even try to have a story. There's like the very framework of a story, and that's it, and I'm fine with that.
And then you can just basically go running around blowing things up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to combine these two Cthulhu games together. So we have the Sinking City and
Don't
Call
you
of
freaking
Cthulhu.
do it.
No, not combine them together, but like just talk about them at the same time. Because they seem to play, the way they kind of play seems about the same.
This wasn't a gameplay trailer for
Call of Cthulhu. Not Sinking City. It was a cinematic.
Yeah.
But like when you see the cinematic player of Sinking City, it does seem like Call of Cthulhu. Which is weird.
The one thing I liked about it is that it kept in Sinking City is that it kept repeating, and that reminded me of that quote in the definition of insanity. Is just doing something over and over again, the same, and expecting different results.
Yeah, I do really enjoy it. Like, I think this looks like a very interesting game. I think both Cthulhu games are interesting. I just have never been a fan of H.P. Lovecraft, just because I think he's just so pretentious, I guess. Where, like, everyone who likes him is always like, this is the reason why he's amazing. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know about that. I just never cared for the Cthulhu mythos.
He's kind of a racist.
I mean, I don't care about that. Obviously, I make so many racist jokes.
Yeah, I know. Then we go to the Dark Souls trilogy, and this is just saying it's being released on the newer consoles.
Yeah,
but all three of them.
Yeah, you wrote this one down on the fucking trailer list, and I was like, I'm not looking that up. I don't care about this.
You can basically already tell what it is without even.
Well, you can already buy the Dark Souls games from the Xbox ports.
Kian, I ain't doing
Sorry. You can already buy the Dark Souls games from the Xbox ports already.
Yeah, but this is all their remastered ones with all the DLC.
Cool.
It comes with everything.
So did the ones you could buy on the market. They just weren't HD.
Exactly.
But
As more HD as they can be, the frame rate went up like what? 60 frames instead of like 45?
How can you play Dark Souls?
That's a whole 15
without
frames, Kian.
Yeah, I mean, in Dark Souls, maybe it could actually be utilized, to be fair.
Technically, you're not even supposed to play with a wireless controller when you play Dark Souls.
Why?
Because of the lag.
Yep, lag between controller and Xbox.
Wireless console. That's why speedrunners always play with a controller connected.
Is that why that guy played with a plugged-in Guitar Hero guitar?
No. He just wanted to prove that he could do it.
He was just a badass.
Yeah. That's why, like, when you see most fighting games, that's why people buy the legit gamepad for fighting games. It's because it connects there, and it they train on arcade games, so that's why, like in Evo, they use like cabinet things. So that's
I always wondered about that. Never really thought about it that way.
Because they do like essentially, like we talked about last week, none of the fighting game mechanics ever really change.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just the one that I could say changed the most is Mortal Kombat, and that's just because they got more combos.
More combat
techniques.
More.
It's
combos with a K.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we go to the Grand Tour game, which is an Amazon Prime show about race cars.
And it's an Amazon game.
Yeah. This is the first game Amazon is coming out with.
Which it looks like a racing game, but they just showed a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
That had mostly a good portion of it was just like scenes from the show.
Yeah. Then we go to Hunt Showdown, which is basically a Western monster hunting game.
And I thought it looked so good until they were like, then you get to fight other players, but I don't want to. I just want to hunt these monsters as a cowboy. Because you're a cowboy hunting monsters.
It's a co-op game too, and everyone's using their mic in this trailer, and I was just not for it. I'm like, fuck
no, you'd have to get your friends in on this.
Yeah, because I am not
join a random party.
Yeah, they're all shitbags about everything. There, you fucking queer.
Actually, okay. Say what you want about Sea of Thieves. I had some of the best online interactions in that game.
Really?
With just random fuckers.
Holy shit, dude. Jay plays that constantly.
And I was genuinely surprised because I was like, I don't know how to do anything because I only played it for 4 hours. So it was like, as I was coming in, I had one other friend.
And they were just super nice to you? Like,
yeah, they were actually pretty fucking nice individuals.
I'm pretty sure
because they were on the same level I was, where they were like, yeah, we really don't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm pretty sure the Sea of Thieves community isn't toxic, though. I think they actually, like, try their best not to be. That's really cool.
Probably. They don't want to scare people away.
The Sea of Thieves comic is actually really, really good, which is weird.
I didn't know there was one.
It's an anthology series about just different pirates going on adventures that I wish were in Sea of Thieves. I think that's why the comic's so good, because they make the world so interesting.
They actually add content.
And then you play the fucking game, it's like, this is not...
No content.
No.
Anyway.
It's well written, too, though, so yeah.
Hunt Showdown looks really good, but the multiplayer aspects of it I'm not for. But that's just because I generally don't like to play with others.
That's okay.
Fucking kill.
Desperado 3, and this is basically XCOM with cowboys. And this makes me excited because I played Desperado 2 back in the day, and it's super fun. I really enjoy it. I think it looks good. I don't know about you. Eli doesn't care. Eli doesn't care.
I think it just got progressively stupider as the trailer went on. Like, why was there a cat there? Why'd that guy get controlled by the cat?
I'd try it, is my only...
Like, how did they get more people in on this if this was all just pre-planned?
It's interesting, but it's not nearly as interesting as Mario vs. Rabbids.
Yeah, you're right. But then we go to Soul Calibur 6, and the only reason I want to bring this up is the Libra story mode is not technically the only story mode within Soul Calibur 6. This is just your create your own character story mode. So, like, main events that happen in the legit story mode, your character is able to interject. And they give us an idea how Geralt got sent into the Soul Calibur world.
Just a portal and he fell in.
That's actually, that's basically it. Like,
if you ever play The Witcher, that's a common thing.
But I feel like...
Portals will just send you wherever the fuck they please half the time. That's why he doesn't like them.
With your make your character thing, I feel when you jump in, you should shout objection, just like in Phoenix Wright.
I literally feel
I'm gonna make my character, and it's just gonna be Geralt.
I hope that, like, with this in mind,
just a piss key.
With this, it'd be fun. That won't piss me off. Like, I'm gonna make like every Soul Calibur game. I've made a nunchuck fighting British men because it makes no sense, but I love Maxi's playstyle. Just because it's Maxi's playstyle is not cheap as Keelix. But it's also enough to like cheese people, so they can only use long range attacks on you.
Nunchuck wielding Englishman, you're like, fuck the law! I'll use nunchucks all I want.
Call back. I'm kidding. But like, yeah, no, like I've always liked the character creation in Soul Calibur though. I think the most unique was Soul Calibur 3 because they made models with their own fighting style, but 4 and 5 you used the models of the character. Which is kind of sad. Yeah. But Satsuki, I think the first DLC character they came out with is Tira, but they said that the roster isn't complete yet, so it's a little weird. But I understand why Tira is here, because technically around this time, Tira doesn't exist. She's like 8. She's an assassin in Soul Calibur 3 who became a fan favorite. I'm pretty sure it's because she was half naked with a hula hoop. Just like all Soul Calibur characters.
Why does she have a hula... Wait,
she has a bladed hula hoop.
That's her weapon?
And she has tethered clothing that tethers the titty cleavage. And like, there's the cut here that shows her belly button. I'm like, this is just for fans.
Wait, same thing. I don't know why you went double down on that.
What?
Titty cleavage.
Titty.
It's the same. Synonyms.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason why people find Ivy so popular is because she has a BDSM costume that's basically, here's my titties, I'm technically wearing pants, but it's like a pant thong because it's riding up my butt, but I'm not naked. Like, I don't know.
I don't know about that, Ken.
And her sword is a whip.
That's my problem, like, that's probably my only complaint of Soul Calibur, is that, like, it's such a solid fighting game, but the amount of cleavage, there's just unnecessary cleavage in that game.
Unnecessary doubling down. Fucking kidding me? God.
But it looks really fun. I think it's enjoyable. Then we go to Shenmue 3, and oh my god, I've played the original. I downloaded the original Shenmue on my PC. It's fucking bad. The dubbing is so bad, and it's not even good in Japanese either. It's back in the day where they just didn't give a shit about video game devs. It's like, oh, master, no. So with this, Shenmue 3 looks interesting because apparently it's been like, it looks like the same graphics of 1 and 2. That's the thing that I'm worried about. You know,
Looks more polished, but I'm pretty sure this isn't the final product.
Yeah, I know.
They have until next year to keep polishing it.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope Shenmue 3 is good. Because basically, Shenmue 3 was the reason why Yakuza came into existence. Did you... Actually, this is another news story that came interesting. Did you know that Sega pitched Yakuza to both Nintendo and Xbox? And they both turned it down. Which was really stupid which was really stupid on Microsoft's behalf. Because Yakuza
really
sold...
stupid.
What?
I was like, Microsoft's really stupid.
I was like, because Yakuza sold boo-goo bucks when it first appeared. And because it was on a Sony, everyone in Japan already had a PlayStation.
That's what I was going to ask about. Is I was like, I don't know, because for Xbox, I feel like that's not nearly as big overseas.
Yeah, Xbox isn't big overseas.
And so it was like,
So
for
that
would've been
Xbox to
incentive
pass
to get
on
them
it,
to
I can
sell it.
understand. For Nintendo, that's dumb.
I don't know. I feel like
other than
Xbox
it-
shouldn't have passed on it, though.
Because
they
that would have
would've-
given people incentive to
buy
buy
it.
their stuff.
You're not wrong. I'm just saying I can get why they would do that.
I don't know.
They don't know the market.
Yeah.
They're
Sorry,
dumb.
I just got done rewatching the Black Friday episodes of South Park with Xbox versus PlayStation, and this just popped into my mind. They were Game of Thronesing it. Sega comes in, he's like, well, Xbox, if you won't do this, I'll just give it to Sony. And then I'll fuck my sister for no apparent reason, but it's just a Game of Thrones reference. Yeah. Then we go to Man of Medan. So the reason...
Medan? It's something.
It's interesting because this is from the Until Dawn guys.
Yeah.
But it's all consoles now. And it's an anthology horror series. And my problem with this is saying it's an anthology horror series instead of just saying, we're making different horror games. Because I feel like they're going to try to connect this.
Yeah.
And every time they try to do these anthology series games, the last one, they're like, oh shit, we didn't really connect this. So now we got to like connect it all right now.
They can just build the universe around that, though.
Yeah, I know, but I
That's
don't
the
think
worst thing, though.
I do not think
Because
that's
they
gonna
don't
happen
try
yet.
it. They'd never do it.
They're going to be so different games, and then that fourth game, they're going to have to be like, oh shit, we fucked up. We actually have to like
Connect them
all together. Which
turns out it's an alternate reality. The cast is the same, but these are their different iterations.
are you like calling out BioShock right now?
No.
Because that's definitely what BioShock did.
Yeah.
BioShock given is like,
But
this is why we're going to have so many BioShock games that we're not going to produce because it's not been out for 7 years.
has it really been on 7 years since Infinite came out? Dang.
2011.
Dang.
Yeah, 2011, when I was out of high school. So yeah, so then just DOA 6, the pirate theme. The only reason I brought this up is because you could kick someone on a fucking Kraken and they die.
The Kraken would also smack them through the floor.
Oh, dude, this makes
I
me
thought
want...
there was supposed to be some pirate character or some pirate character with cleavage. Because that's generally what I was thinking when
Kitty
it said
pirates!
pirate theme. But no, it was just legitimately a pirate theme
It's like,
stage.
yo guys, we have just a pirate theme. Is there like a pirate character that goes with this? No, just a pirate theme.
Alright.
Alright, sounds good. The squid's wearing a bikini underwater.
Why?
Probably.
Then we go to just Stellaris, which is already out on PC, but it's coming to consoles. It's a space civ game.
I did not bother to finish watching the trailer because it looked pretty, but it is a type of game I do not care for.
Right, am I wrong?
Fuck
Is it a
you, Gil.
space civ game?
Yeah, it's very similar.
I don't know. Here's what I've said about civ games all the time. I don't think they work really well on consoles because you need like hotkeys and stuff like that. And it's really hard on like an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
And
I don't
it's
know.
much more easier to move around with a mouse and keyboard
Yeah.
than it is an
Granted.
Xbox controller.
Granted, you can hook your keyboard. Well, you can't really play games with the keyboard on the Xbox.
No, you can't. I don't think. Maybe it is.
I don't think you can.
Then we go to Far Cry 5 Zombies, and this is just letting you know that the zombie DLC is out.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But also
Now
you
that we're
skipped a half
past-
time.
Now that
Oh,
we're-
that's just gonna be in. Like,
No,
that's
we're-
just a trailer.
fuck.
Was it? What?
said now that we're done with that, you should go back a little bit. Stellaris is made by Paradox. They're
Mhm.
bad company, but I enjoy their games.
Why are they a bad company?
They have this really shitty business tactic where they'll up the prices of their games and DLCs, despite the fact that they've been out for like fucking a decade.
That's
And they'll just be like, fuck it, we're gonna slightly do some changes to it and charge you $40 again.
And take the lead on Settlers, though, Eli.
I mean, it wasn't gameplay or anything.
It was just basically...
It just looked, it looked like another kind of like management settlement game. And I thought it looked cool. I'll look into it because I like those.
The Hat in Time is coming on Switch, and that's a really fun platformer game. I don't know if you've had a chance to play it.
I did not, but the fact that you put hate in time very much confused me. I'm like, why? This sounds horrible. Are we going to stop Hitler again?
I looked at that and I was like, hate in time, and I was like, I think it's just Hat in Time.
Hat in Time is such a fun game, though.
No, I was legitimately thinking we'd have to fight Hitler or something.
It's such an indie darling of a game that came out. It's super fun.
Yeah, then they're adding stuff to this.
Yeah.
And it's free on launch day.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Unless you were an original backer, then you just get that stuff free indefinitely.
Yeah. Then we go to the Battlefield trailer, and I really enjoyed this trailer a little bit. Gave us an idea of what we're going to expect. It's
definitely better than the first one.
It's become more MOBA-like, I guess?
Not really, I mean...
Every class just has a specific role.
They were basically just defining the gadgets, and the classes already had roles, so I don't know.
It's just basically like calling them a sniper, heavy
then
weapons.
Rainbow Six Siege.
I don't mind Siege. I think Siege is fun.
Everybody loves Siege.
I haven't played it yet. I probably should. It's only $15.
It's super interesting. Like this Battlefield trailer made me more excited than the last one we watched. The last one I didn't know, but that last part where they're around in a circle of fire that's engulfing them at the end, that's supposed to be their hint that there might be a battlefield.
Oh, that's stupid.
But instead of the ground just dissipating, it's fire going to devour. I think that's an interesting concept, though.
You know what did that? Freaking Call of Duty in one of their zombies maps, and everybody hated it.
What?
Fire on the ground.
Like Battlefield,
I thought you were talking about Call of Duty's fucking feeble attempt at Battle Royale.
Everyone has had positives on that Battle Royale, though.
Okay, they might have positives, but then they were also just like, you're cutting out some shit, like the main story, because fuck it.
Yeah.
We gotta do the Battle Royale. And it's like, why don't you just do both?
Yeah.
Like I understand it's like, a lot of people are gonna be like, no one plays COD for this story.
What is hinted at
I still enjoy it.
Story is the Battle Royale. Like
dumb.
each hero has.
It's gonna work like fucking zombies then, where it's like there's a story hidden in it. That's just gonna piss me off.
No, I think they're trying to steal Overwatch's thing, but more military shooter. Because each of the heroes is like a different person from a different faction and things like that.
I fucking guess.
Then we're going to Darksiders 3, and this is just okay. Like,
we didn't even really watch the whole trailer. We just saw a rock that reminded Eli of bad times.
What?
I mean, we watched the trailer. Like the trailer ended.
I don't remember that.
The bird thing from.
Oh, the bird.
The bird thing from Dark Crystal.
Oh fuck! I was like, well, a rock is also a bird. That's why I was confused.
Yeah. So we ran into it's okay. I was never a big fan of Darksiders. So this is just me.
I was, but mostly because of how badass War and Death looked.
Did you know that Bruce Willis was supposed to be in the Darksiders movie playing War?
That's awesome.
I don't understand.
I don't know if he'd be a good fit for
He's
that.
not bulky enough to me. I'm sorry. He just isn't.
No, it's hilarious though.
Also, he's too old, I guess.
Yeah, I would picture this sounds weird, but I would definitely get Vin Diesel in The Rock. Get Vin Diesel long hair from his shitty Dungeons and Dragons movie he made back in 2012. Then we go to World War III, and basically it's a shooter, guys. But it's World War III.
But Eli is okay with it. So.
We had this talk off mic that this isn't how I picture World War III starting, anyways.
Yeah.
And then I brought up that recently someone posted a meme that was Trump's former $12 million parade now costs $92 million, and we don't know how that happened. And then the second one is a picture of a Metal Gear in a newspaper, and it's Trump just introduced his $80,000 Metal Gear system to incorporate it in the Space Force.
Yeah, it's and below that is a sign for sign up for the Space Force today.
Yeah.
We're going to have the ground force and the fucking water force.
And volcano force, just in case.
And the air force. Oh, wait.
They're Trump watches the Godzilla the new Godzilla trailer. It was like, we need a kaiju force.
Kaiju force.
Just giant robots for no reason.
The Jaeger force.
Yeah. Then we go to the Fist of the North Star, and
You are in love with it.
Oh my god,
looks good,
dude,
too.
To be fair, it does look good. I enjoyed the sound effects, just kicking their asses with it.
Oh, dude, it is so.
Yeah, and the fucking
fun.
noises are always get me pretty good.
And it's by the Yakuza guys, so that just means you're gonna have weird mini games that like.
I mean, you can become a
Bartender.
bartender. Yeah.
It's
just
looks
shake it up.
so fun. Like I just dig it. I dig it.
Turns out they're just serving really clean water in there with ice.
Probably.
So last week, the Halo 2 theme song became one of the most searched Google searches.
Why?
Do you know why?
No.
So Mike Pence was at a meeting talking about Space Force.
Oh fuck! Okay, no, I do know why.
Someone jumped the
Jesus.
Halo 2 music.
Yeah.
As he's explaining why Space Force is important.
Yeah, and how we need to be dominant in space.
Yeah.
What's there to dominate in space?
Because he's like, some of the people who live on Earth do not think our freedom is as important. So we need to like be up in space for freedom.
Mostly, what I got from it is just he wants to, the U.S. needs to be the dominant personality in space. Like right now, everything is pretty shared in space, to my understanding.
Yeah, they're all working together on the space station.
Exactly.
So this is basically like.
And then Mike Pence is just like, enough of that shit. We need to go ahead and
U.S.
go out on our own.
Definitely, I don't know. So they put out the Detective Pikachu logo, and it looks okay.
It's called Pokemon
Detective Pikachu, yeah. So it comes out in summer 2019, and I'll see how it happens. You played Detective Pikachu. I don't think it's going to be anything like the game.
Probably not. It'll have more comedic overtones, and it won't be insanely
Detective
easy.
Pikachu sounds like a grizzled detective in the Detective Pikachu games.
He sounds like it, not really.
But you know what I mean, like, comparatively to, like, Ryan Reynolds voicing Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I could understand if Ryan Reynolds was voicing him like he was Van Wilder back in the day, because he's just some detective frat dude.
Basically.
Like, that'd be interesting.
Just has a hankering for some coffee.
But back to the Space Force, have you seen some of the memes that have been coming out on that? Someone had his Needler and his Halo helmet on. He took pictures like, can't wait for Space Force. Yeah. Like, everyone is fucking it.
Everyone's making fun of it because it's not something that's...
Dude, the Space Force memes, like, one guy was playing, like, one guy's Dead Space is, like, prepping for Space Force, and he's doing a Dead Space Let's Play. You're just like, goddamn.
I mean, that's the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I was like, I hope it's nothing like that. Jesus.
Otherwise, we're all screwed.
Fuck.
Man, Space Force, just, every time I think of that, I'm just like...
I mean, it'd be an important thing if we were receiving threats from space or...
I do think it's important because, if nothing else, I hope this gets more funding for NASA.
It's not, that's the thing. NASA
NASA
already has a fucking military thing, and, like, that's the thing that blows my mind. That's the thing that gets me. Like, sorry, this isn't a political thing. That's the thing that blows my mind. Everyone's like, yeah, we need a space military. I'm like, fucking NASA does shit like this already. Mm-hmm. And they're being, like, very cool with everyone else in the world about working on a universal space station. Like, I can only, like, this is not me, like, over-exploiting things. When I picture Trump saying, let's have Space Force, he's just gonna have a giant laser up in space with his face on it. Like Dr. Evil does.
His giant head and the laser will come out of his mouth.
Yeah, just like Dr. Evil does in fucking Austin Powers. Mm-hmm. That's literally what I picture when Trump is like, we need Space Force because we need freedom in space. I'm like, it is free.
No. He'll have a giant statue of himself and the laser will come out of his crotch.
Until the fucking moon finds out we have, like, oil, there's no way anyone's, like, gonna be up in space. Because we had this when the Russians were like, we put a dog up in space and it died.
Damn it.
Why would you do that?
So America's like, we'll top that. You can put a dog up in space. We'll put a fucking human. And he lived.
Yeah, that was just crazy.
Yeah, but like, what's like? Okay, I get space and shit like that, but like, that's the thing that gets me though. Is like, I feel like if we ever have contact, and if they are these like advanced warriors, like the fucking Covenant, there's no way we'd win.
We could probably just talk our
I
way
mean,
into an alliance.
even in Halo, no, because like even in Halo, like we didn't win because we were better. We won because they had an inefficient government system. And they had a fucking civil war and then forgot that they were killing us, and then one of the sides was like, you're alright.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, I don't
kind of lucked out on that one.
Yeah. Then we gotta do Twitch announces that starting next week, they're going to stream every single episode of the Pokemon TV show, as well as all of the movies.
That's a thing that's happening, yeah.
Twitch does this shit all the time, though. Like, Twitch, I watched the Bob Ross Twitch stream and the Mr. Rogers one. It's, I don't know.
Like, it just is.
It's free, so, like, fuck it, why not?
It exists.
Record it on your camera, kids. No, don't actually do that. That's
I mean, if you want to, don't say Gil made you. Say Gil made you.
Made you.
No, I'm saying don't do it.
GilbertoNavarro@hotmail.com.
Kian made you.
No, like, I don't know. I think that's interesting, though. I love these Twitch streams.
You poor bastard.
What?
You know what you've just done to somebody that actually has that? What?
I said GilbertoNavarro@hotmail.com.
Oh.
That poor, unknowing bastard.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, for me, when I think of this, is like, I don't know. I watched the Power Rangers stream. It made me realize how shit, like, Power Rangers Turbo was. I used to think that shit was awesome.
It's all shit.
No, it's not.
To be fair, that in Japan, that whole series was just like a parody anyway.
Yeah. I still hope they do the Lupin Rangers.
The next one is like from 3 years ago,
Yeah.
4 years ago. Or
But my thing about it is that
they'll probably still keep going.
it's really, but it'd be an interesting concept because like these guys are actually like legit bad guys. They're not mind controlled like the other.
They're
like,
not necessarily bad.
You know what I mean? They're like
thieves.
the Robin Hoods, like, but you know what I mean. Shut up, Eli. Fuck you.
Fuck
Lupin Rangers.
Dumbest shit I've ever heard.
They're anti-heroes.
Shut up, Eli. That's a what the fact I'm working on. Fuck you. Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot. See? French. Has revealed that there won't be a new Assassin's Creed title in 2019, and the focus will remain on the upcoming Odyssey. Fucking good.
I think they're just gonna keep adding to it, is what some of the rumors I've heard.
Probably,
which is perfect.
It is the Odyssey.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I think Ubisoft kind of fucked up by making Odyssey come out a year after Origins.
Yeah.
I think they should have waited to 2019 to release it, because Origins was a well-polished game. So when E3 was like semi-well-polished, comparatively to the other Assassin's Creed, let me explain.
It was better.
Yeah. So like when Ubisoft was like 2018 Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm like, y'all fucked up. Wait another year. And apparently Evie from Syndicate is going to be in Odyssey somehow.
That
Which
really
makes
doesn't make sense.
no sense because she is during like Victorian
She's
era
industrial.
London? Industrial era London.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that people have theorized that they're just gonna like keep adding legitimately to the game, not polishing it, but adding to it.
Add like different assassins.
That type of stuff, yeah.
They stole my.
Do you know what
during our top tens.
Do you know what Assassin's Chronicle the Chronicles are?
Yeah, where
it's just gonna be all those games slammed into one, but an actual Assassin's Creed game.
We talked about this like a month ago.
I
Like
know
that
we
would
did.
actually be very much more fun than that.
I know we did, and they listen. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, thank you for listening to us, Ubisoft. Okay.
Again, this is just a theory most people have on the internet. It's not something that's confirmed.
Yeah, of course not. Overkill's The Walking Dead gets a late delay in its console release, with PS4 and Xbox One launch pushed back to February 2019. We only saw one gameplay trailer, and the rest have all just been these cinematic, like, they are pretty.
They're okay.
They're pretty looking trailers.
They're okay.
They are pretty looking.
They bring, like, some character, but, like, if these are not the characters we are following, what is the fucking point?
Are they not?
I don't know. Because there's seven different characters then. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Just kill them all. They're all gonna die anyway.
Free-to-play online games from Nintendo Switch will apparently be excluded from the Switch's paid subscription service, which starts next month. So that I feel like that means Splatoon 2, you don't have to pay to play.
Probably not.
Because it came out before, like any games like ARMS and stuff like that. But like Smash, which is kind of sad, because Smash is like...
That one they probably won't do that just because they want to prioritize how well it'll do.
I think they'll do it.
I don't know. Nintendo's done some shit-ass things, so, like... I want to believe that, Gil. I really do. You make me want to believe that. But it's Nintendo. And they just shut down, like, a couple emulator companies because they were emulating games Nintendo had no interest in remaking or porting it into another thing. Which, I don't know. I'm one of those people where it's like, I don't know. If you're not going to do anything with it, why do you give a shit if people are going to emulate it? You know what I mean?
They might do something with it someday.
I don't know. It's like when Pokemon Uranium and the Metroid Prime Redux that came out.
Yeah.
Those fan-mades were taken down, and they also got their like best fan-made game of the year like nomination taken out too. I was like, that's shitty. Like they put a lot of work in that. Like I get it, but like they weren't even like Uranium was like a totally different Pokemon game. It was like nothing whatsoever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just on that like Nintendo is like, you're trying to recreate our games? Fuck you! Every other video game company is like, hey man, that's really, really cool. Do you want to work for us?
It's not every other.
It's not entirely true, yeah, when they shut down. Well, they shut down, the fuck was the Halo thing? God damn it. It wasn't even that long ago.
Halo Online.
Yeah, it was just called Halo Online, goddamn. Yeah, they shut that down. I mean, that was a Microsoft thing. So.
Yeah,
well, I wasn't too fond of people doing that with their stuff, and then they just like took it from them and made people pay for it.
Yeah. The developer of the first-person classic GoldenEye 64 has declared playing as Oddjob in multiplayer mode is cheating. Fuck you! Don't make a character that's like 1 pixel short from the guns so you can't shoot them.
Makes a valid point, though.
Him or me?
Pick one.
My thing, that's the thing.
You're both correct.
Like Oddjob in the movie was the same height as everyone. Mm-hmm. But like Oddjob in the game, he's like, oh, he's Asian, so he's obviously shorter than everyone.
I didn't know that was what it was supposed to be.
That's how I felt though. It's like
badass.
I'm like, motherfucker.
He's Asian, so he's shorter.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, see, this is the other like. This is why I no longer support people who break out of companies who have been famous for games, try to make a game that is a spiritual successor to like Mighty Number 9 and shit like that. Because designer Koji Igarashi has announced that his long-awaited Castlevania spiritual successor, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, will now launch in 2019, and that the planned PlayStation Vita version is no more. Like, I had kind of hopes because the Bloodstained Metroidvania style game that looked 8-bit came out, and it's super fun. But that's only 2 hours worth of gameplay. This makes me very uncomfortable. It's kind of like it's not as bad as the Mighty Number 9 thing because they gave us some kind of gameplay to play with like that classic like Metroidvania style. But I just do not trust like anyone who is from a former company that's like, remember these games that you liked as kids, guys? Well, I'm going to try to make one with Kickstarter and stuff. Especially with GoFundMe. Because with GoFundMe, you don't have to make your goal. You can take the money and run.
Yep.
I don't know. I rarely put money in like Patreons and Kickstarters. There are only a few Patreons that I have. But that's because they're like podcasts from like former big companies that shut them down. So I will support them because I really like them. This is just very... yeah. NetherRealm studio boss Ed Broom reveals that the company is hard at work on a new game, but details about the project are slim right now. Could it be Mortal Kombat 11?
No.
It's Mortal Kombat 11. Like,
I know.
Like, that's the thing. They're like, well, we're working on a project. Wonder what could it be? It's not like we only make Injustice or Mortal Kombat.
It's probably Injustice 3. Turns out it actually is, and everybody wants to shoot themselves now.
That would be so dumb, though, because they should have just made more DLC shit then. But no. So I was watching The Fourth Snake has an in-depth... they're all about an hour and 30-minute long in-depth why the Mortal Kombat games have gotten bad. Which, yes, and I have like some disagreements. But he talks about Injustice coming out during the Batman vs. Superman era. And like he makes the point, is like... Why does Superman spare Scarecrow if he's a totalitarian dick? Scarecrow Toxin killed Lois Lane, essentially. But Scarecrow's alive in the Injustice world because reasons, and like he just pokes holes in the Injustice storyline. I'm like...
He's far too evasive, they'll never catch him.
Like, one of the ones he poked a hole in, because like if you read the like thing, Aquaman in the Injustice, in the evil universe, had no idea what the Justice League was until recently, and he joined them because he's like, well, Superman's gonna fuck up my home if I don't stop him. He's a god. It's like, but Batman brings Aquaman, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman, and Green Arrow because he needed 4 people in the League's database to unlock it, but Aquaman was technically not in that database. Like, his DNA wasn't in the database because he never joined the Justice League in that universe. So I'm like, God, he's just poking holes in everything. And then he poked holes in the Arkham series, and like that made me fucking happy. Because everyone was telling me how perfect the Arkham series was.
I've never said that.
And he's like, let me tell you how this timeline works. And everyone's like, oh shit, you're right, this is actually really, really bad.
Yep.
And then he did Metal Gear, and it just made me giggle, because like Metal Gear is never a coherent story.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, Metal Gear, that's a little unfair.
You're Venom Snake, but then you're not Venom Snake, and then you're Solid Snake, and then Liquid. But there's no gaseous. No, you just go on and say, go on to Big Boss.
That's actually my favorite one. He's like, so the reason why my YouTube name is The Fourth Snake is because like there was no gas snake, so I just named my YouTube name The Fourth Snake.
What about Plasma Snake? There's no Plasma Snake either.
Okay,
Fourth State of Matter.
Twitch
Trouser
users,
Snake.
Yeah, Trouser Snake. Twitch users who subscribe to Amazon Prime will soon lose their primary additional benefit, that being able to watch videos ad-free. Fuck you.
That's pretty sweet.
That is really dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
But why?
Money, I'm assuming.
Probably, but they're already getting money.
I think, actually, from what I looked at, like marketing.
Not enough money.
What, from marketing wise, Twitch is actually losing money.
Probably.
Like it's a weird medium though. Like Twitch is such like a community-based medium that I feel like when they made it free, a lot of people had Amazon Prime, so they lost like a profit because of not being able to use ads and stuff like that.
Probably.
Because like when you get an Amazon Prime membership, Twitch probably only gets like 5 cents of that because Amazon Prime takes like a lot, like different things take out of that Prime membership.
And then you have assholes like me. I just use my mom's.
Yeah, exactly, see? So, we actually have some Fallout 76 news. The first news I have is that apparently Fallout 76 is working with modders, which makes no sense to me.
Why?
Because it's an all-online game.
That sounds bad. That means you're going to have backdoors to that game.
But that's the thing. Like Bethesda's like, we're going to like put stops on like certain mods. I'm like, no. You can't tell a modder that they can mod parts of your game and not other parts. They're just going to go, fuck you, I'm going to do this. And the PvP section.
Get ready for titty mods.
Yeah, the PvP section is super interesting. If you do not fight back, and the guy kills you, he becomes an outlaw. And like he can't see anyone else on the map, and everyone else can kill him and take his stuff.
And then he has to pay for his own bounty.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, because you're worth a certain amount of bottle caps. So you're worth the amount of bottle caps you have. But the thing is, you just lose crafting materials. You don't lose like your weapons.
Oh, okay, that's bad.
Which is super cool.
I was about to be like, I don't know if I like that.
They put a nuking ability in the series game.
Yeah, it's been in there. I thought we talked about this.
Yes, but like now that like you can build a house, you can kind of keep it with the blueprint.
Oh, okay.
So like
I was gonna say, as long as there's a way that like, yeah, they nuked me, but I can rebuild it pretty easily, then yeah.
I love Todd Howard's like quote on this. He's like, I want to make assholes interesting gameplay. So like that's super interesting to have like you can be an asshole in the game, but like it's gonna
Cost
you, which is like, why would you be an asshole if all you get is like crafting supplies and not weapons? So, you know,
Might never know.
yeah. So there's that.
I just don't want to have a bounty if I'm gonna like kill my friends.
Yeah.
Kicks and gigs.
They have to fight. If they shoot back at you, it's no longer bounty; it becomes PvP.
Man, I wonder how that works. Like, I imagine there will be some sort of level system. But,
Yeah.
so
You
it's
can't
like
do
if I
PvP.
just shoot my friend who just started in the head, just outright kills him.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
can't do PvP before level 5.
okay. I was just
And
gonna be
so
like, fuck, he didn't fight back because he died.
The other interesting thing is the charisma stat are going to be boosts. Like, they're buffs. Like,
Oh, okay.
your charisma stat could add, which makes no sense. Like, I think they should have just taken the charisma stat out and put a different
No,
kind of
it's
stat.
it's kind of working like it does in like D&D even.
I don't think charisma helps buff stats, though.
It does.
Like, raise attack. Really? Does it?
Yep. If you're a bard, especially.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And there's a hunger meter, and every 5 levels you get like a card pack, which raises certain stats and gives you a piece of gum in the game that ties your hunger for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
That's weird. I don't know.
That
Hunger
seems
meter.
like a way to microtransactions to me.
No, it's not. It's only per level. It's not.
For
That's
now.
what someone brought up. No, for now it's not.
Mm.
I feel like when the game gets, like, when the hype dies down, and
That's when they're gonna.
the
go
people who are still religiously playing will probably do it. Valve accidentally launches what appears to be a Twitch competitor called Steam.tv before promptly removing the reveal of the service. Fucking Valve. Not getting their shit together whatsoever. Yeah, they're finally bringing back monitoring games that are published again
Oh, are they?
after the whole data mining incident.
know
One of
about
the
that.
free games that you could get free card packs from
Oh, fuck, yeah.
was data mining.
Yep.
So I was like, oh shit, we actually have to like look at shit again, don't we? During Forza Horizon 4 session at Gamescom today, it was shown that there is going to be you're going to have Cortana comment on your race through the Halo campaign level, the silent cartographer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
What?
Silent cartography.
Oh, Saints Row. Here's the last 2 questions. So not the last 2, but we have 1 question. Saints Row 3 is coming to the Switch.
Damn.
Trace.
See, Nintendo's getting away from that family friendliness.
I don't put 3. Like,
That game was literally like $2 on Steam not
yeah,
that long ago.
Saints Row. That's the thing that gets me. Why Saints Row 3? Why not go to the 4th? Then From Software has revealed its upcoming ninja-themed Sekiro Shadows Die Twice will launch on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on March 22nd next year.
I don't care.
We have some very actually super interesting video game questions. And one of them comes from Mike Tobis, and he said, how do you guys feel about Assassin's Creed not coming out next year? I feel good.
Yeah, it's like I think we already. Yeah.
I've never
I feel
played
good.
an Assassin's Creed game.
And he's like, should
Really?
you...
They're fun. At least the first time. The first time is fun for sure. But what?
And he also goes, do you think that more games should stop doing a yearly thing? Like, I think Call of Duty should just do
cease to exist.
bi-yearly. He says, I think Call of Duty should do bi-yearly, kind of like how Battlefield does, to make their next game more fluid and popular. And I say it like this. No, because I know that they're never going to do that, because Call of Duty makes too much money.
I agree, although they might piss off a lot of people this time. I'm not sure. I want
But
to see
he's
how this
asking,
goes.
do you want them to?
Yeah, do
and
we
my
want it?
my point of view from that is that they should always take the time to actually change things up and make them better, just instead of just slapping a new skin on it and releasing it.
I think what he's talking about more is just letting, like, if you release every year, you split the community like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And even with Battlefield, it's like with Battlefield 5, I'm not gonna buy that right away. And then also with fucking Battlefronts that they release while Battlefield is out and shit, you split the community pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think even bi-yearly is a little much. I like Halo. Last Halo was 2015.
But I think that's just because people had a shit-ass opinion of Halo 5, though. I think that was part of the problem.
I mean, Halo 4 was either 2011 or 2012. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think.
I don't know. I don't know. Or you could end up like Titanfall, that like waited 2 years to come out and just got stomped by like every other game that came out that year.
Yeah.
Or,
I don't get it, because everyone talked highly of it, and it just kind of
Or Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite that just, God, no longer came to existence because Fighters came out. And that's the one thing I think that saddens me about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It's not a bad game. The fighting mechanics are very fluid. It's just Fighter Z is just much more polished and pretty. And like, I have Infinite now because it's $20 at Walmart. It came out last fucking year.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, it's not that old.
That's how bad it tanked. Like, I feel bad.
Yeah, For Honor is free on Gold right now and Steam.
Yeah, it's not free on Steam. And it's
I got it on both.
Yeah, they're like, try the starter pack now. I'm like, no, fuck you.
How about you go the fuck away?
That's actually another question. I was let down by For Honor. This comes from a kid named Austin. He's like, I was let down by For Honor. And I have this question. What are games that let you down that made you super hyped about?
I think we've had this question before.
We probably have.
Not this exact question, but yeah, we've had games we're hyped about, games that let us down. But I don't think we've ever had the two combined.
That's the thing. I don't get my hopes up for shit.
I don't anymore. The Crew was a really big one. Because I'm still stuck with that mistake.
Yeah.
Talked about that before.
Let me take a moment here, Austin, to just answer this question about like, have I ever been let down? Yeah, most popularly, X-Men Destiny, because it was being made by Silicon Knights. It was a really Xbox 360 game that played off. It was like a cool X-Men game
where you get to pick your story and pick who you are and be awesome.
And it was like a shit-ass story, and it was very depressing.
It was basically a Telltale game.
Yeah, it had combat though.
But with it's a Telltale game in the story section.
It was an RPG basically. It was basically like a toned-down Elder Scrolls, I guess, but with mutants, and Nightcrawler was Rastafarian because he had a Rastafarian hat and dreadlocks. Like, it was fucking weird.
Naturally.
Yeah. No.
Another big one would be No Man's Sky. I heard about that while I was working with Jay and Kelly because they were talking it up. And then I was like, damn, that sounds cool. And so I went home, looked it up, and I was like, I'm pretty psyched. But that was after fucking Titanfall, the original one. Like, it had come out a year before, I think. And just, like, went right into obscurity for me. I never heard of it again. So after Titanfall, I was always kind of wary.
Okay, so
I want to buy No Man's Sky though.
Yeah, Jay has it now too. But like, I remember when Jay and I first started the podcast, Jay would always bring up No Man's Sky.
Yep.
And he was like super positive about it.
And then it happened.
And then it came out, and Jay's like, "Oh man, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna buy No Man's Sky anymore." I'm like, okay. Sea of Thieves actually was probably another one.
Sea of Thieves was another big one.
Well, I was like, wow, this is actually super interesting. The beta was fun.
It looked like fucking awesome. You could launch yourself from a cannon.
Yeah.
That was actually a huge thing for me. I was like, damn, that's fucking cool. I don't know
The beta was fun. It's just the game itself was just...
Well, the beta was fun because it was like, yeah, there's not a lot to do, but it's a beta.
Yeah. Then they brought it out, and like...
And you were like, oh... This is just the beta.
If they didn't, my thing is, if they didn't make it $60, I think it would be a great game.
Or if it was early access, even.
I think it would have been a great game. But because that, I'm not a person that was burned by it, but I know a lot of my friends were burned by PUBG. At least.
In what way?
That they released it as a full game. When they released it as a full game and it wasn't a full game, they were like, well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Isn't it just getting released as a full game now?
No, it was a full game during Christmas.
Yep.
It had to release as a full game.
Yeah, they wanted to bring it out on the Xbox for Christmas, and it had to release as a full game for that.
So technically it was a full game.
But I mean, they didn't finish it.
It's still not finished.
In that regard, Ark Survival Evolved
Yeah, but
Which-
they're still doing.
They're still
shit.
adding on to
Yeah.
it, so it's like, yeah, I guess that's fine then.
Yeah.
Like, because when they released it as a full game, people were like, man, you did not do half the shit you promised. And then it was just like, oh, they're going to keep going. They just want more money now.
And I think
It's
that's
like,
the thing with, and I think that's the thing with like what I get from No Man's Sky is that like it is a much more polished game.
Yeah.
It's a lot fun, it's more fun. And then Stephanie asks, I've been watching Attack on Titan, and I wanted to play a game similar to it, but I didn't find the Attack on Titan game to be that interesting. Is there a game you could recommend that is
Shadow of the
similar
Colossus?
of Attack? No, similar to the feel of Attack on Titan, as in like the characters and stuff. Shadow of the Colossus is definitely not like Attack on Titan. That is more puzzle based and makes you think.
I don't know.
I think she wants like an action shonen style game, I guess. Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise.
Okay, now be realistic and something that's probably already out.
Okay. Dynasty Warriors, because that's what I picture Attack on Titan when I think of it. Is basically Dynasty Warriors, but instead of killing multiple enemies at one time, you're just eviscerating through a Titan.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know there was an Attack on Titan game, so I have no idea.
There are two!
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Any Warriors game, I guess, for me, it just seems... It's got that same kind of feel to me. I don't personally like Attack on Titan that much, but, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Do you have a game that you would recommend?
I can't think of anything that would ever give off the feel of Attack on Titan.
Titan.
Like, the only other
What do
thing...
you do in it? How about that?
See, the only thing I could think of would be that game about killing those giant troll goblin things.
Yeah, I think that's a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game hasn't come out yet, though, has it?
It has.
Oh,
It has.
Whoa!
It has released.
I do
and
remember
everybody
that.
panned it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm cautious about saying that.
Get it on sale.
Yeah, we don't even remember the name. We can't even recommend it.
And not John Dean, unfortunately, but John asks, hey guys, a couple episodes ago, you guys were talking about characters that are easily spammable in fighting games. One of my favorites is Eddie Gordo. I was wondering, what is your favorite character to spam in a fighting game if you know their name, and why? And how much rage do your friends get when you play?
So, when I was a kid, my brother used to kick my ass at fighting games, and that's why I never really took an interest in them.
Mm-hmm.
And we would play Marvel Nemesis, which I'm going to count as a fighting game.
It is a fighting game.
Okay.
It's an arena fighting game.
I was like, because I can't think of anything else it would be. And I would play Spider-Man, and I'd just swing around, and then occasionally I'd do the from the air attack, which was just super fast, and you couldn't fucking dodge it. And then I'd just do that over and over, and it pissed him off so fucking much.
When Zach plays Little Mac on Omega Fields.
Yeah, but this is us, not Zach.
Yeah.
But Zach is the obvious choice.
No,
for
he was talking about like, oh yeah, that's right. Zach's Little Mac on Omega Field is probably the one that like when he trolls.
Also Lucas or
Lucas or Ness.
Ness,
Fuck's
yeah.
Omega.
Because he just spams PK Fire. Basically just any field, but it's straight
small.
flat.
It's just that platform.
Oh, no, I'd kick his ass.
We'd all kick his ass.
I play
if he
fucking
just
Game
spammed.
& Watch. Yes. Game & Watch is the master of unusual situations.
He spams, but he's not good enough to actually be spam
But
worthy.
if he gets you in like Ness's field is like the cheapest corner for like to use Little Mac or Ness or Lucas is because like there's that door area where if he gets you just perfectly and he's able to just spam that combo move. Because I think he did that to you last year.
I'm not entirely sure.
I think it was because he
generally anytime he does spam me, I just go hard on him and
when he's
he
done,
just
like,
dies.
Yeah, like my favorite spam character is probably Keelik from Soul Calibur because like if you're able to get his range attacks perfect, he's great. That and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
And Green Arrow.
And Green Arrow. I was gonna say and Green Arrow.
When I did play Mortal Kombat against you guys, yeah, Scorpion. Just teleport back and forth over and over. It didn't work very well for me.
Scorpion
I
and
enjoyed it.
Raiden.
I usually don't do anything spam worthy.
Also,
Unless it's just like a new fighting game I don't know the combos for, then I just like pick a character and hit
I
buttons.
think Ice Climbers were spammy.
Yeah, that's because
Meta Knight.
Meta Knight.
You do the constant tornado.
Yeah.
It can literally be constant. It's so fucking dumb.
One more. This is from Greg. Greg actually has a really cool question. He's like, All right, so we've had some weird ass guest characters come into games. We've had Shovel Knight we had Kratos come into Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's coming into an arena PC fighter. Geralt from The Witcher and Soul Calibur 6.
Is it Geralt or Geralt?
Whatever.
Because I've heard either.
It doesn't matter.
I say Geralt.
Yeah. I say Geralt.
They say both in the fucking game, so I don't know what you want.
He's like...
They also say Gerald.
He's like... he's like, what weird character would you like to see as a guest character in one of your games? I would like to see... I'm a little iffy on this one, but he's like, I would like to see... who's the guy from Gears of War? The big muscly guy? Marcus Phoenix in Resident Evil and using his chainsaw blade on the Las Plagas zombies.
That'd be too easy, though.
I fucking want that. Like, I want him to fight Chris Redfield because they look like they can both punch boulders.
Yeah. And then they just, like, keep punching each other.
I'm just imagining that.
Damn.
Weird guest... I want Spawn in Mortal Kombat.
Dude, fight ideas. That's a good one.
Yeah, I want
Chris Redfield, Marcus Phoenix. I'm gonna write that down. Get back to that.
It's coming back. I have an idea for that.
I'm fine with that.
Just wait.
We're still on Army of Two.
Oh shit! That's fucking right.
People are waiting.
The Army of Two in Call of Duty. I'm kidding now. For guest characters, that makes sense. I could totally see... here's my thing. I think that Xbox needs to start doing more exclusive DLC characters again. Because Sony is kicking their ass with that. Because, every fighting game, Sony has an exclusive DLC character. Like, Mortal Kombat 9, the rebooted Mortal Kombat, had Kratos being an exclusive DLC character, and Xbox didn't have one. So, this is just because, my Mortal Kombat is just, in my head, who I'd want to see. If they do that, I'd like to see Master Chief be in Mortal Kombat. It would make no sense. But who the fuck cares? It's Mortal Kombat.
They probably wouldn't... Isn't there a fucking Spartan in...
The Arbiter is in Killer Instinct.
No, I think there's a Spartan in something.
Yeah, there's a Spartan in a fighting game.
Is it? Dead or Alive, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems right. And I think there's actually a fucking canon reason for it or something dumb.
Time slippage.
Space travel.
Yeah, I don't know. See, that's... Spawn in Mortal Kombat...
female, too. I don't remember her name.
Spawn in Mortal Kombat is probably, my all-time, I would like to see that as a cool guest character. And a reasonable fighting character in the Tekken DLC packs instead of fucking Negan and fucking Noctis from...
Why you dissing on Negan? He's realistic. He's just a guy with a bat.
That's what I fucking mean.
He's legitimately... He's one of the more realistic characters.
No, he's not in the Tekken universe. Noctis makes no sense in the Tekken universe. Noctis would have been... I was talking about this with someone at work. I was like, Noctis would have made an awesome character in Soul Calibur. He makes total sense in that universe.
Yes.
Noctis does not make sense in the fucking Tekken universe. Negan doesn't make sense in the Tekken universe.
How?
Because Negan... There's fucking dragon demons in Tekken.
Aren't there just, basic martial artists in Tekken?
That fight fucking dragon demons.
He could fight a dragon demon.
No, he couldn't.
They're basic martial artists. He's just a guy with a bat.
They also have energy attacks, though.
Just give him an energy attack.
I was you say basic, but I mean...
They have spiritual pressure attacks that,
got a bear.
Yeah, you've got,
and it's just a regular bear.
No, it's not! It's a smart, sentient bear, Gil.
Yeah, it's like any bear that fights like that. Not a regular bear. Let's
Still
be
taking
honest
a
here.
bat to the brain like anything else.
I mean, that's just... Are you saying you want to go challenge a bear with a bat? You up for that, bud? You should be fine.
If I have to, I might. I'm not purposely going out in the woods with a bat.
Do you guys have guest characters in just random games? It doesn't even have to be fighting games. It just be a random game because, I would count, the skins on Minecraft as interesting DLCs because, there's a lot of them.
Speaking of fighting games, just Spider-Man in, any fighting game.
Spider-Man in Mortal Kombat. His fatality is shoot webbings down your throat, then lift your innards out. Spider-Man wins. Fatality.
That reminds me of that Marvel Zombies comic where Sandman legitimately just goes inside of Peter Parker and blows his guts out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't think it was Marvel Zombies, though. I think it was just... Was it?
Because he thought he was the zombie Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Because he killed people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, if they don't have Spawn and if Warner Brothers isn't... Because Warner Brothers got Hellboy and the TMNT, Venom would be a cool one to have.
Hellboy been in a fighting game?
Hellboy's the DLC in Injustice. Injustice 2. DLC character. Blade in Mortal Kombat.
I'll take it a step back. Just Ron Perlman. Not as a character.
Just Ron Perlman.
Venom and Spawn.
Just have like old action stars. Damn, that could be a cool fighting game.
Schwarzenegger, but they get all their weapons from their movies as their special moves. So like Arnold Schwarzenegger could have the Terminator gun mount.
God damn it, I'm blanking on his name, but I'm imagining he's like even older than that. What the fuck? Harrison Ford.
Just get the
Harrison
blaster.
Ford versus Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you just get to shoot before the fight starts.
The Predator in a Kirby game. Just because I'd love to see what that would make.
He'd probably try to hunt Kirby and fail, because you can't kill that fucker.
Who would win, Kirby or an alien?
Kirby.
That's like...
Kirby.
I don't know, like, because the alien could still, like... Could the alien still impregnate Kirby while he's in the Kirby's black hole stomach?
No.
Pocket dimension?
It's
Probably
legitimately a
not.
dimension.
Okay, I just didn't know, like...
Yeah. More importantly, can the alien do that to anything that's not a human, really? I mean...
Yes, it's done it to dogs, a horse.
It's done it to the Predator.
Yep.
I'm saying, like, not humanoid, I guess.
A dog.
Yeah,
A horse.
was...
Really?
Technically, in one of the versions for Alien 3, it was a horse, and a dead horse or something instead of a dog.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Alright, that's been our video game podcast, guys. If you want to hear more about us talking about aliens, let us know down in the comments below.
Bye.
I don't want to
Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah.